Welcome back to State of Decay 2 and the Lion's Share. My last episode was spent preparing for the official State of Decay 2 stream that I did with Sunny, and Sunny from Sunny Games, who has an awesome YouTube channel you should check out. And I realized something while I was playing, which was that this community has really fallen on hard times. Basically, and I talked to Orathaus, one of my viewers, about this, and he said he does something very similar. He's got a community that he mostly uses to funnel things to other people and to play in co-op and help other folks. It's not his main community, it's just a side community that he keeps for those purposes. But because he doesn't really maintain it, that community tends to just sort of slide into failure through just inattention. And I've done something similar with the Lion's Share. I basically only play the Lion's Share to either prepare for an official live stream or to actually enact an official live stream. And because of that, we do a lot of fighting plague hearts and a lot of fighting infestations and showing off outfits, and we don't do a lot of workaday scavenging for food and medicine and stuff like that. So you can see on my resources, my food is very low, my medicine is very low. And so I think, and you'll notice down at the bottom, I have almost no shotgun shells left. So I've got the cold turkey, which is one of my favorite guns, except I can only fire it one more time. And I think I've probably got a pocket full of shells still left in shotguns in my inventory. But I've already vacated most of those because Sunny was using a shotgun during our episode, and I handed him like 46 shells at the beginning of the episode. Or 66. I think it was more like 66 shells at the beginning of the episode. So I gave him almost all my shotgun ammo. So there's a bunch of stuff that I need to... Ooh, I'm on day 97. Cool. I didn't realize. Anyway, so we got a bunch of stuff that we need to do just to sort of keep this place running so that I can use it for its intended purposes. So what I intend to do today is go out and... First, I'm going to try to... Let's gather the stuff that's left on Hash's dead body. Let's loot these plague hearts. Let's see if we can have a look at our food and meds incomes to see if we can improve those. I believe that, yeah, I've got one space left for an outpost. So we could install a food outpost if we want to. We could also level up this. We should go and see if we can efficiently build up our store of ammunition. We should... There's just a bunch of stuff that we need to do to just sort of do maintenance on this community. So, this isn't going to be the most exciting stream in terms of just like me getting into combat shenanigans. At least, I hope it won't. The intention is not for this to be an exciting combat episode, though. It's State of Decay 2. You never quite know what's going to happen. But, you know, if you all just want to hang out with me and chat, I think that we can still have a lot of fun. Okay, let's send this stuff away, and let's repair this guy so that we've got a door. Oh, but actually, before I get out of here, one thing I should do is swap out this mod. So we're going to get rid of the rifle ammo press, and let's install a shotgun ammo press so that I can actually make myself some shotgun ammo when I get back. Because right now I've just got the one shotgun shot with this cold turkey. Cold turkey is one of my favorite guns because it's a shotgun with an optional choke, which basically, if you do the sort of zoom in move that you usually use for sniper rifles, you zoom in and your shotgun just gets this amazing choke that just narrows the spread really tightly. And so you can use it practically as a sniper rifle, which is just great. So it's you know, it's kind of like how a mullet is, you know, business in the front, party in the back. The cold turkey, it's both a close combat weapon and a sniper rifle. So it's great, but it's only great if you have shotgun ammo to stick into it. So my first plan was to just head down here to a bunch of plague hearts that I killed. I'm assuming I just killed these things, probably with Joe Swarner or Brant Fitzgerald, like during some official live stream. I've lost track, but we were probably in a hurry and we just never looted the things. So we might or might not have grabbed the rucksacks out of some of them. That I'm not certain of. But yeah. Oh, so La Coalition is pointing out that I've probably collected enough crafting resources. I might be able to replace some of those missing resources in my base with crafted ones. That's a good suggestion, actually. Next time I get back, I look back at my base, I might have a look at what my options are there. Problem is... Oh, gosh, what? The problem is, I don't think we actually report to you how many of each crafting resource you have. So it's not when you're in the base building screen. So it's kind of hard sometimes to tell how cheaply, like how easily you can manufacture those resources without wasting stuff that you would want to spend on other priorities. Hello, there you are. Okay, so we got some fuel, some gas. I mean, I like clearing everything out when I can, but I can't. We do have a Vandito, though, so it's got a lot of space, so we might be able to stack up a fair amount of stuff in there. Put that there, and that. That goes in my gun. I guess we'll put bandages in, and there we go. I really like to make these icons go away. Even if the stuff in the play card isn't the most valuable in the world, the icons. Where is the play card again? I just found it. We really should have put the icon on the map where the play card actually is, just to make things a little bit easier. So yeah, Coalition is trying to persuade me. Ooh, a pink Kraken hoodie. What? Awesome. Hold on. So yeah, so right now my character is wearing the official anniversary hoodie, which you can get. If you don't have this hoodie, you can get it by playing sometime next month in December. You can unlock it, but... I'm going to celebrate my looted Kraken hoodie by putting it on right now.
No more zombies.
While I'm here, might as well search these boxes. Mod 70, some bullets, not bad. Okay, I think that's it. Actually, I'm wondering... maybe I should actually stow the cold turkey so that I've got a usable gun. And yeah, let's do that. Let's stow the cold turkey. Now, do I have... okay, I do have an outpost down here, so if I need to start dumping stuff...
I heard you need a hand. I'm here to help.
Oh, what?
Oh, cool. Thanks. This is kind of urgent, okay?
Get in the house? What? Okay, I didn't mean to trigger this mission. This guy wants me to get in the house. Guess we'll get in the house. Wait. Okay, I guess we're defending a house now. I didn't mean to trigger this mission, but I don't like the idea of just letting these folks die. So, whatever. We'll deal with it. Maybe they'll have a nice rucksack for me, with food or meds inside. So Airy Twitch asks, well, watching the Heart Attack episodes, one of my other playlists, I was wondering about how lethal wasn't a thing at release. So have you guys run into problems because the game is so much more difficult now for, say, missions and such? So, yes. So I think part of the problem is the fact that because we did not have difficulty levels when we planned our mission, I mean, you basically zeroed in on the place where we have the biggest problem. Missions did not come with an automatic difficulty level accommodations. So we don't have a way to make a mission. Like, the mission system isn't even aware of what difficulty level it is. So when we are scripting a mission, there isn't a way for us to even ask the game, hey, what difficulty level is this? So that I can spawn more or less zombies, or I can spawn different freaks, or something like that. Basically, all it does is, missions will say, they'll have stuff where we can script, oh, this particular freak shows up, or that, something like that. And the only thing it does is, based on difficulty level, is swap out vanilla freaks for blood plague freaks at the higher difficulty levels. That's it. That's the only way a mission changes. And so that means that sometimes, we'll have a mission that's fairly easy, at a low difficulty level that gets dramatically much harder as you add Blood Plague Freaks to it. Or vice versa, we could have a mission that is intended to be fairly challenging, but because the aspects of it that make it challenging aren't things that scale up automatically with difficulty, it's just a cakewalk at other difficulty levels. So basically, yeah, so like Green and Lethal especially, just their difficulty level is just a little off when it comes to missions. And so the difficulty levels mostly apply to the systemic experience, like when you're just out there on the road and just random stuff is happening to you. That's where difficulty levels apply. They apply haphazardly to other things. And, you know, I mean, yeah, and it's not like it's impossible for us to have, like, put in the hooks that would have let us vary our missions based on difficulty level. But the problem is, once we took that on, there's a lot of missions in the game. Tons of random missions. And having to sort of re-script all of those missions based on difficulty would have made the expense of adding difficulty levels enormous. And so we basically just made the triage call. We're not going to do that, so that we can do difficulty levels and ship difficulty levels in a timely manner and get them out to the audience. And hopefully we're thinking that the haphazard difficulty in missions wouldn't be so overwhelming that that players would you know, not appreciate the difficulty level changes, despite the fact that we didn't really include missions in them. Oh yes, please give me some medicine. All right, well that turned out to be worthwhile. Okay, we defended the house and then they all just abandoned the house. Cool, nice. I'm glad that. I'm glad that was worthwhile. Uh-oh. Ooh, bait crate. Where? Oh, not yet. It hasn't arrived yet. Okay. So I have not played with the bait crate curveball yet. I've heard about it, and I know it's vaguely inspired by the Clio drops that I made for the State of Decay 1 Year 1 Survival Edition. And so I've actually been really curious how the bait crates have turned out in the curveball update, but I haven't explored them myself yet. So, where did we say that I remember this was a hard one for me to find. Oh, there it is. There's the play card. Oh, good. Not a lot in it. Bad that there's not a rucksack in it, because that's kind of what I wanted. But at least it was quick. Yeah, so Airy Twitch, I think, just sort of zeroed in on one of the places where difficulty can be really, really haphazard in missions, which is hostile humans. Because there's a lot of missions, you know, that, you know, prior to the existence of difficulty levels, we implemented a lot of missions that involved hostile humans. Because hostile humans were like, oh yeah, this is how you make a mission really hard and challenging, is you make them fight human beings, which are tougher. But the difference between how tough a human being is compared to, say, a feral or a juggernaut, you know, they were in the original game, they were easier than ferals and juggernauts, but tougher than normal zombies, or maybe somewhere in the same zone as ferals and juggernauts, but tougher than normal zombies. But when we implemented Lethal Zone, and even actually Nightmare Zone. Originally, Nightmare Zone was impossibly hard. We actually nerfed it a little bit because fighting humans was just so obnoxious in the Lethal Zone. So in Lethal and can have one more slot here. So at Lethal and Nightmare, we made them so dramatically difficult that actually I think that they threw off the balance of a lot of those missions. Dang, didn't quite have enough space for everything. So I'm going to run home. And I need to loot this body, too. Hi there, buddy. Oh, you've got so much stuff, too. Oh, well, I'll take your bullets. I'll take the rest of it later. Let's head down to an outpost to drop this stuff off. So, yeah, so, like, particularly, I think a lot of our legacy missions, and actually, one reason I'm kind of dreading the end of my Heart Attack playlist is the fact that most of our legacy missions, they focus on conflicts with hostile humans. And those are so much more difficult on Lethal than on other difficulty levels. It kind of intimidates me to try to fight those things on Lethal. Hey, Cammy just joined the network. Hi, Cammy. All right, let's drop off the stuff we don't need. Doink, da doink, da doink, da doink. Oh wait, no, I just dropped off the bullets that that actually fit in that gun. That's not cool. Let's grab some more. And actually, let's grab a... That gun doesn't have an attachment on it. What am I doing? Let's go break, because I feel like it. While I'm here, I guess I'll clear out all these containers. Oh, we found parts inside the photocopier. That makes sense. I don't know what we're building that requires photocopier parts, but that's cool.
Okay, I searched everything here.
All of our guns are going to be part photocopier. All right, drop this stuff off. Ah. Here's a little pet peeve of mine. When you go left to right, between the your inventory and the supply locker, you always sort to the top. If I can't go part way down, then go across and stay part way down. Very annoying. Anyway, I mean, you get used to it eventually. Once you're anticipating it, it's like, whatever. But, oh, my character's getting tired. I'll quickly grab a coffee, see if I can at least last with the same character for this part of the map. All right, so let's go back. Let's loot that friend's body. Let's eliminate that plague heart. So Area Twitch called out specifically that the crossbow killer is particularly deadly on lethal. There's a crossbow killer mission that, oh, hello, that on lethal is just much, much harder than it is on other difficulty levels. Okay, so now I've got a juggernaut chasing me around. Is he chasing me around, though? Maybe he's not. Maybe we're fine. I'm sure everything's okay.
That's not good.
All right, just made myself a little bit of room.
That's pretty heavy.
Wow, still not carrying everything. Okay, back to the car. I might have cleared enough space I can drive the car back. I just avoided bringing the car in because I thought the juggernaut was nearby. Hello, guys. So, Orthaus is making a lot of comments about difficulty levels, but for some reason, the phrase power on appears at the beginning of all of the things you're saying, Orthaus, and I can't figure out why. Are you dictating to some kind of... Oh, I never emptied the back. What is wrong with me? Okay. Well, we're going back to the outpost because I went and I looted that entire site instead of emptying out the truck. I intended to empty out the van, but I got distracted by emptying out the building, so I never emptied out the van. So that was a little bit of a waste of time. Oh, okay, so you're just talking... So there's I didn't realize there was a mission called Power On. So you kept saying the word Power On. I'm like, what are you talking about? But, like, I guess, yeah, I guess I've forgotten the names of a lot of the missions, so I didn't remember that there was a mission called Power On. I was like, why are you just saying Power On at the beginning of everything? Is that, like, do you have some weird, like, AI assistant that you say Power On to the way I say, hey, Siri? Don't listen to me. Okay, let's repair my gun. I've got a lot of parts. I could probably do something with those parts at some point. Could I actually... Do I have a bigger backpack that I could switch to? Probably, right? Oh, wait, no, this is... Oh, this is the bug-out bag. No. I don't want to switch away from that. Okay, so let's remember to actually empty out this van. Oh, wait.
Pretty heavy.
No, wait a minute. No, not that. That I have to take home. This, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Oh my gosh. I am just going to...
Going for that.
I'm going to freak out at how annoying the self-moving cursor is on that grid. Okay. Drop that off. I know everyone loves to watch me mess with my inventory. This is high-quality television.
That's pretty heavy.
All right, and I guess I'll drop off the cold turkey. Somebody else can use it later. Oh, actually, no, wait a minute. Let's not drop it off. Let's keep it because I suspect... I think I just dropped off my meds. I suspect, yeah, okay, we should be able to manufacture shotgun rounds. Okay, so now we've got a lot of shotgun rounds. There we go. So now we can use one of my favorite weapons, and it helped. You know, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so using the cold turkey I think feels appropriate. Let's get my meds back out again, and then let's reload my firearm.
Wow, down to my last magazine.
There we go. Okay, was there anything left in here? Nope. All right, now let's go back. So Orthau says that the mission Power On is the one where you set up the auto shop with the mechanics, and basically the entire you turn on the generator and the entire town comes to see you. So yeah, that does sound like the kind of thing that on lethal would just suddenly be much worse than it would be on other difficulties. Guess you want to hope that you've got a lot of fire. So where was I going? Oh, okay, the Juggernaut's right there. I'd like to avoid aggroing the Juggernaut and just clear this place out. I think I just heard a feral. Does that weird, like, mournful cry.
Heavy.
See you later, zombie. Oh, hi. What? Wow, I even tried to do the A button move that's quicker, and that zombie still beat me to the punch. I think this character might actually have... This character's got Powerhouse. I could be grabbing these zombies and just slapping them on the ground. I should be doing that. So, Old Age Mutant Ninja Splinter. Old Age... Oh, wait. It's... No, I'm sorry. I didn't read your name correctly. I need to read it with a melody. Old Age Mutant Ninja Splinter just came into the chat and said... And asked me what difficulty I'm playing on. So right now, normally, lately, I have been playing on Lethal, but I'm not playing on Lethal right now. I will show you what I'm doing in just a moment. I'm just going to drop off some crap in this place. Hello, zombie. No, not getting in the car, you big idiot. Get out of the car. I was trying to grab this zombie. Like that. All right, anyway. I'll grab this zombie too. Anyway, what I'm doing is I'm playing on a split difficulty. Right now I've got Dread Action and Dread Community and Lethal Map difficulty. And the reason for that is this is the community where I do official live streams for Undead Labs. And so I put Map on Lethal so I'd have the maximum number of Plague Hearts, because fighting Plague Hearts is sort of the biggest crowd pleaser move. And so I really wanted to make sure I had plenty of that going on. But then the other difficulties, because, you know, I play with a variety of people. And not everybody is in the mood for Lethal. And also, sometimes I'm trying to play while answering audience questions or introducing new concepts, and sort of the my brain is often a little distracted when I'm streaming this community. So I keep it on dread rather than lethal, so that it's challenging enough that it's interesting for the audience, but it's not going to put me at constant risk of death. I don't have to deal with blood ferals, and I don't, and I can actually, occasionally shoot the zombies in an area and end a fight instead of just having an endless cavalcade of zombies. With every suppressed gunshot drawing in a dozen ads from across the map. Cogs is pointing out that some of our bases, especially he's pointing out the starter base, the starter house on this map in particular, have got some pathing issues that we should worry about. He's asking whether that's still on Randy Lambert, or if that belongs to Wushu now. Basically, everything belongs to Wushu now. We do get involved occasionally. Mostly, like, Wushu people will send us questions sometimes about, wait, how does this work? But usually, like, actual implementation of stuff is on Wushu these days. But if you notice that there's a particular problem in a particular house, sending bugs in via the support site, support.stateofdecay.com, we'll still get the bug to whoever needs to see it. Whether it's somebody on our side or somebody on their side, it'll just go to the right place, because it'll go to Rohan, and Rohan will send it to the right place, whatever that right place is. All right, so that goes in there. Okay, that's as much as I can fit, but I think we're actually in pretty good shape here. So one thing I could do... Oh, wait. Oh, there's another place with meds. I'm going to go try to loot this place where I can get more meds, because... Yeah, meds are still at 5. I haven't actually brought home any meds. So I'm going to go see... Actually, I didn't see if I've already vacated this place. Have I? It looks like probably not. Okay, good. Let's head over there. Haha, Juggernaut. See you later.
Yeah, try calling your friends now.
Left our supplies just lying around, and some of them got ruined.
Oh no! Supplies are getting left lying around. What? Hey, why are you breaking windows? Let's see if there's any meds in the photocopier. Nope, just parts.
Zombie alert. I still hear them.
Hey, look, it's the diaper zombie. Take that, diaper zombie. Sounds like there's a whole horde outside. Uh-oh. That sound usually means somebody's noticed me.
Okay, I searched everything here.
Okay, there's the meds. Whoa. Yep. Hi, horde. No. I want to jump out the window. Thank you. And here is the cold turkey. Oops. What? Why did you do that move? It is just so satisfying to go from crowd control with the cold turkey to zooming in tight to take out a head. Best gun in the game. And thanks to Zoe McClatchy, shotguns are actually really good at taking out crowds of zombies. If anybody's new to the game, they might not realize how annoying shotguns used to be, because you would have this big broad crosshair, right? That indicates, oh yeah, you're going to be filling this space with pellets. And then you would fire, and oh, bloater. You would fire, and then most of the zombies in your crosshair would just not even react at all, because there would basically be a very small number of pellets you'd actually fire. And they would go in random directions, and it was just really easy for them to just miss all of the zombies. That would just happen all the time. You just, like, fire and literally nothing happens. And that's, you know, not how shotguns really work. There's enough pellets that, like, at least you get a reaction. You know, it is possible to shoot someone with a shotgun and have, you know, enough of the pellets miss that, you know, especially, like, at long distance, that they're not, you know, that their injuries are limited. But it's not like, you know... There we go. We'll take this in. But it's not like you would just miss entirely. You know, it just feels a little bit. At least if the game is telling you this is where your crosshair is, this is where your pellets are going to go. And in real life, of course, the pellets from a shotgun go in a much tighter spread than they do in video games. In video games, we exaggerate. Basically, all distances in video games are exaggerated. Everything in a video game is smaller. Or reach, or either like your context, the world that you're in is always smaller than real life, and the reach of your abilities is always much broader than it is in real life. And so, in case of a shotgun, you know, we're just sort of like it's basically like heightened reality. Like, we're sort of exaggerating what a shotgun does, how it's different from a rifle, and so, you know, you're not really dealing with the real long distances you deal with in real life, because the world is smaller. And so the ranges of weapons are smaller. And so that means the spread of a shotgun is broader in a video game than it is in real life. But in any case, you know, the rules of the game are, we show you a crosshair, and then that crosshair tells you where the pellets are going to go. And so if you get something into the crosshair and fire, and no pellets hit, that's really, really frustrating. Because you're like, well, it's like I didn't fire at all. You don't get any positive feedback for it. And so Zoe went in, she changed the way that shotguns work so that instead of just doing pellet traces, where we basically model each individual pellet and they either do or do not hit a zombie, she also does a cone trace that basically says, okay, everything in this crosshair is hit by something. And for some of them, it's just a reaction or getting knocked down or something like that. It doesn't have to be damage. Damage does still come from the pellets. But she makes sure that when you fire that shotgun, something happens to everything in the crosshair, so that we don't get into that weird situation where it just feels like you fired your gun and nothing happened. So like the update where we checked in that change that she made, shotguns went from being very frustrated and to the point of, like, they weren't useless, but because their outcome was so variable, you often just wanted to avoid using them, because, like, the cases that would be frustrating would be so frustrating. And, you know, like, it would be a gun that you would want to rely on for crowd control in a serious bad situation. And instead, it would kill nothing, you know? And so the difference between what you would expect to need it for versus what it could do wrong was just so wide, it wasn't worth it. But then, like night and day, as soon as Zoe, you know, checked in that change, shotguns were now kind of worth the cost, because, you know, shotguns are very loud. If you start firing shotguns, every zombie nearby knows you're there, and so if you're going to fire a shotgun with that cost, the shotgun needs to do something. You know, it needs to really be earning its keep. And she made it so that it does. And so I think that's cool. I'm going to... I need to head home. But before I do... Oh, wait. Is that... Is that the bait box? I'm not sure. I just realized that I noticed the bait box coming in, but I didn't actually respond to it. Is it still active? The bait crate, yeah. Okay, the bait crate is there. Is this the bait crate? Or is this something else? Because I've got access to a whole bunch of like supply drop type radio callings. That could be just a leftover supply drop from some former adventure. Is there a good way for me to get on this side of those rocks? Apparently no, not a good way. Okay, there's a crate, and there are zombies nearby. I'm not sure if that means it's a bait crate. So you see that zombie that fell down? He wasn't hit by a pellet from the shotgun. So he didn't take damage, but he did fall on his face.
That's pretty heavy.
Okay, so that was a bait crate. It wasn't that well defended by zombies, but I also waited a long time. I'm not sure if that has an effect. And also, I'm only playing on Dread. It could easily be that at other difficulties, there's a little more. So I remember on State of Decay 1, man, we crowded the heck out of those Clio drops. There would usually be at least a Juggernaut. You know what? I should fill this car with some gas, shouldn't I? Okay, so I have fallen behind in the chat. So Paraxicus is suggesting that we should add a female Juggernaut. Oh wow, my character is so freaking tired. I definitely agree that it would be good for us to have female freaks in the game. Ooh, a wandering trader. Cool. We got some stuff to do. Yeah, I definitely agree that that I would like that. I wouldn't want there to be mechanical differences between the male and female freaks, just because that just feels weird. It feels weird to say, oh yeah, all the ladies are like this and all the men are like that. It feels a little regressive, but just having it just for the you know, just the cosmetic difference to sort of show, you know, like just diversity amongst those characters, I think would be a really good idea. So yeah, I'd love to do that at some point. So, okay, so Cogs is answering somebody named Echo United, but I don't see Echo United's comment in the chat. Maybe it scrolled back really far. I want to see what Echo United said. I'm going to scroll back for a sec. Huh. Oh, there it is. Oh. Echo United wants to know why I got banned on Twitch. So, I mean, I did explain it in a previous video, which... you know, which Cogs has linked, but just to state it briefly, I like to stream with my kids. It's actually one of their sort of rewards for a week that's gone well, is they get to stream with Dad, and I don't really know how it happened. If there's some kind of automatic process that fouled me up, or if it had to be triggered by a person on purpose, but somehow or another, I ended up reported to their system for being too young. Because basically, like, anyone who's under 13 is not allowed to have a Twitch channel. And so I got reported for being a child. And I'm like, it feels really odd. Like, Milo complains to me about how often I talk on his streams, and I'm like, dude, you can't do streams by yourself. Like, your parent needs to be there. That's how it works. I'm going to switch to Ratana. And so I'm religiously there, talking and interacting the entire time. I'm clearly the owner of the channel. But Milo likes to sort of pretend he's a streamer, so would put his face on camera and stuff. So it looks like somebody just, like, probably reported me for being a child, even though I am not a child. And I didn't, you know, have any good way to fix it. So luckily I was able to pull strings. We've got a marketing director here who's got connections at Twitch, and so she was able to make sure that that the problem was solved. So within 24 hours, I got my channel back, which is good because when you're banned from Twitch, you're also banned from everybody's channels. And so I wouldn't have been able to host our official live streams and stuff if my ban had persisted. But luckily, Wonder fixed it. So, I mean, it was clearly erroneous, right? I was clearly not doing anything wrong. And so, but it did make me a little bit nervous. So I'm probably in the future not going to be streaming with my kids on this channel. I'll probably just be recording videos with them and then posting them to YouTube later on because I don't want to risk it. Anyway, so I think that is an episode with the lion's share. Have a look at our food is up to 15, our meds are up to 16, so that's really nice. I think it would probably still behoove me to have another look at my food situation, make sure that I've got enough coming in that I'm not going to run out if I stop paying attention to it for a while. I've also got a whole bunch of influence to spend. So I might want to go out and maybe go to that Wandering Trader, buy some stuff there. Maybe I should go and buy some Independence Pack stuff to play with, because having a lot of that stuff on hand is good for streams, that sort of thing. So I think I've got another episode in me. So let's wrap this one up. I'll check the chat one more time. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so Paroxicus was asking if maybe my kids could stream with me on camera as long as it's clear that I'm there. That might also work. I think I've gotten paranoid though because I don't know if will I always work at Undead Labs? Will I always have the resources of a Microsoft Studio to go behind the scenes and make sure that my channel gets reinstated? I don't know, and so. I want to be extra careful because this channel is really important to me, and losing it over another misunderstanding just sounds really bad. So I don't know. I think I might just not stream live with the kids at all, just for the sake of being extra safe. And that's probably not necessary, but I don't feel like risking it. Oh, hey there, Comsbolt. Thanks for joining me. I'm not actually finished, by the way. We're gonna do another. Oh, I just got a radio silence curveball. Interesting. We're going to do another episode right now. I'm just going to wrap this one up real quick. So Cogs has one comment here. Speaking of waiting to do missions, when an NPC calls for help with the existing system, could damage to NPCs be simulated over the time that the player isn't there with the NPC? I genuinely don't remember if we have a damage NPC event that we can trigger in a mission. We might or might not. I think that we can set their health to be a certain value, maybe? Am I making that up? I might be making that up. I don't know. I think we've got something we can do, but one of the challenges is because you can't really predict what somebody's health is, like what their baseline health is, if the tool only gives us the ability to add or subtract just flat amounts from their health, it might be dangerous to mess with their health in case you happen to roll somebody up who had a lower health than everyone else. You could think you're injuring them, but actually just be killing them outright. So I'd be careful with that. But theoretically, that's not a thing that we couldn't do. So yeah, possibly. Anyway, let's end the session. So there's the subscribe button. And I'm planning to keep playing right now, so there should be another Lion's Share episode up immediately right there. So you can click on that if you're watching later on YouTube. And we'll keep trying to beef this place up.